Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. Today, we are going to reinforce the topic that is about verbs. We have done this topic and we are going to reinforce or recall or revise this topic again. It's on your book, focus book, page number 24. Let's have a look on learning objective. As you know, that is to be able to understand about the correct form of verb. As you know well, that is the verb is the most crucial part of a sentence, and we must know about the verb and we will be able to identify a verb in a sentence, right? As you know well that we always do an activity before start the lesson properly, and you are supposed to give answer in comment box in activity. As we have discussed the verbs and types of verbs and forms of verb many times in previous lessons, so I want you all that you have to give examples of irregular verbs, and you will give just any four. Give the examples of any four irregular verbs in comment box, right? So I'm giving you 1 minute to think about it, and then you have to write the examples of irregular verbs, right? And you will just write four examples. And if you want to write more than four examples, then you can write in comment box. And if you don't know about the regular verbs, so you can ask the question and you can write your question just below the video, okay, and I will answer your question. So what are irregular words? You will give, I hope you have written the answer in comment box. I'll check them later. Again, I'm going to recall the concept about the verb, that is what is verb. Actually, you know that verb is basically a very important and the basic part of a sentence in every language. It's not about in English. In every language, verb is an important part and a very basic part of a sentence, right? Because it describes an action or a state of being. That verbs that also give the idea of action, of doing or something, right? If you can see in examples like run, fight, do and work, all convey action, means all describe actions. But some verbs do not give the idea of action, they give the idea of existence, right? So they will be also called verb if they are not showing any kind of action, but they will show existence. They will show some kind of state of being, like you can see in example state of being, verbs or verbs of being. Verbs of being express a state of existence, like in examples you can say am, is, was, were, will, be, being are examples of verbs being. In other words, a state of being. Verb identify who or what a noun is, was, or will be. So this will also changing the tense. Tense means the time of a sentence. Also, this express the time and tense in a sentence. Is shows the present tense, was shows the past tense, and will be showing the future tense in a sentence. And definitely they modify or they change according to the subject. What change? Verb, the kind and the form of verb change according to the subject of a sentence. As you know that what thing just we use as a subject, these are the kind of pronouns we have discussed. They will be used as a subject in a sentence. But when we are using I, we have to be confirmed. When we are writing in a present tense, we have to confirm that will be in the present tense by just writing the correct form of verb. Am is the correct form of the verb for using or for writing or using I in a sentence as a subject. And if you want to write a sentence by using I, and if you want to write in a past tense, so you will use was accordingly. And we have discussed this table in detail in the previous lesson. It's just a reminder for you to keep in mind whenever you have to make a sentence, while in a past tense, while in a present tense. Okay, so keep remember in mind the subject, and you have to choose verb according to subject. Yes, as I asked a question about what are irregular verbs in an activity, I hope you have written the correct answer. But here I have given some list of verbs that are regular and irregular verbs. Regular means the verbs that can that don't change their form or structure or the spelling. Like you can see a range. When it comes in a past tense, it will not change its spelling. You have to add just d or ed when you have to make in a past tense, when you have to show the past time. All right, like if you are using the verb arrange, and you have to make the past tense, so you will just add d at the end of the verb that is arrange, like this. Okay, arrive in the regular form, you just have added d in the end of a word. Again, you can see ask, you have to make the past form or regular form of verb, you will just add ed. In some cases you have to add d, in some cases you have to add ed, because they have already e, so you don't need to write again the vowel e when you have to make the past or the regular form of a verb. On the other hand, if you can see that the irregular means that is not regular, that is not the way it changes its the form, the spelling. Like if it is in the, if the present tense is, then it will change into was and totally change the spelling of this be form of verb. Now it will change into were and been. Like you can see be, become. Become is a verb, but when you have to make in a past tense, you have to change the spelling, and that it will change its form. So that's why it includes an irregular form of verbs, right? You can see an example of buy. It had totally changed its spelling. It will become, buy will become bought, bougst, and bougst again the third form. And you can see clearly see the example of catch that had been changed into caught and again caught, right? In this example, clink, clunk, clunk, spelling had been changed. Okay, I'm going to show a video that you can understand how can you identify a verb in a sentence. So listen it carefully.
Do not. We are going to do this step by step. So, Susan. Can I, Susan? No. Can I climb? Yes. So let's put climb on the side for now. Can I the? No. Can I high? No. Can I mountain? No. So let's think about what could the verb be in the sentence. I know I gave you a clue already, but I'm going to give you a moment to think about it. So, since we did one together, Sam jumped over the fence. Leah washed her hands. I will give you a few moments out of the sentence, but I would like to know that you are able to identify the verb.
Okay, you can see that how can you identify a verb by asking a question. Ask yourself like, can I means can you be a James? No, it will be no. Can you smile? Can I smile? Yes. So it can be an action. Can I be at? No. Can I be his? No. Can I be as friends? No. So here when you ask a question yourself, then the answer will be in yes by showing the action, then you will able to identify verb, right? So this is about how to identify verb. When you are finding a verb in a sentence, just ask yourself, can I do this, can I do this, can I do this? No. And if the answer yes, then it will be verb. Yes, now come to the classwork that is on your focus book, page number 24. You have to do this work on your book, and you know that how to write or how to prepare the book page. You have to write the date, classwork, and day on the top of the page, and then you will start it. Yes, it's very easy. Write each of these verbs in the past tense. First thing you have to do it in the question number 1 is you will change the tense of verb, and you have to change it into past tense. The second thing is write are after each regular verb. Means when you are changing the words into past tense, you have to mention it whether it is regular verb, so you will write are, and if it is in irregular form, then you have to write I. So let's see how many verbs are regular and irregular. A. Find. So what will be the past tense of find? Because in first task you have to change into past tense. Find is a present form. So you have to change it into past participle, and it will change into found. It will change into found. B is wonder. And you have to mention it is a whether it is a regular or irregular verb. If you can see, it has changed the spelling, so you just keep in mind that it will be irregular verb. Yes, so you will write just I. Okay, B for wonder. What will be the past form, past tense of wonder? Wondered. Wondered. So you will just add ed and to make it the past form of wondered. And is it a regular verb or irregular? Yes, it is a regular verb. The next is drink. Drank. It will change into drank. Okay. Is it a regular or irregular? Definitely irregular. C. Saw. SAW. Again irregular. refuse, refused. So you have to add the, but you have to write, you're supposed to write the full spelling. Okay, and it's a regular verb. Decide, decide is also, what will be the form of past? Decided, you will just add d and it's regular. Take, took, and I. Hug, hugged, so you have to add ed and it's regular. Defeat, defeated, it's also regular. Yes, the last one is teach, taught, 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 and it's irregular verb. Okay, question number 2 is, copy these sentences, choose the correct form of verb to complete each one. Yes, you have to change the verb according to the tense. I have dash in a helicopter. I have dash in a helicopter. I have flight. So, yes, irregular form, you have to use irregular form of verb fly. The workers have a big house. The workers have built a big house. So you will write built, built. The spectators have all dash the stadium. The spectators have all left the stadium. If I had shout or hear louder than would have me. If I had heard, 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 they would have shouted me. So you will write the past form of verb shouted me. The baby had only just dash up, woke up. Okay, woke up. I hope you have done this work on your book. Now move to the next work, that is your homework you are supposed to do on your language notebook, and you have to prepare the homework properly. You have to do it properly, like you have to draw the margin lines and you will write date, homework and day, and then you have to write the topic, that is verb, and after this you will write learning objective, that is to be able to understand about the correct form of verb. Yes, then you will write, I have given something here, present tense verbs tell what happens now. Okay, and past tense verbs tell what about actions that already happened. Okay, so in question number 1, that is your question, underline the verbs in each sentence below. Means here, write the subject of sentence in the given blank and rewrite the sentence into past tense. Okay, example, you can see this example, John buy books from online store. So example has been given, you have to write the subject, John is subject, and the second thing is, yes, John bought books from online store. Okay, so I have changed this sentence that is in the present tense and I have changed into past tense. I have to rewrite this sentence. Okay, so you have to write, you're supposed to write it again into past tense. Here you will write the subject and then you will change into past tense. First sentence is David runs home after school. Second, the team plays in hockey stadium. The ball breaks the window. Fourth, elder siblings decide a trip to do something adventurous. So this is your homework. I hope it is clear to you. See you in the next lesson. Till then, Allah Hafiz.